Here's how I'd get a case management solution live in under 4 weeks if I really had to, together with some reasons why I would avoid this at all costs. So the reason I'm thinking about this at the moment is we're just about to embark on another super fast ShareDo implementation. This one, for various commercial reasons, needs to be done in less than 4 weeks. Now that's operational live in 4 weeks from contract signature. And it's not just a handful of users, but in this case, I think it's 100 or so, right? So I thought I'd share some thoughts on how you can do case management implementations this quickly. But again, share some thoughts with why you really don't want to do this, right? So first off, I hear you say, why isn't 4 weeks enough? And perhaps it is if you're implementing a non-critical system or process. But with ShareDo, and I guess case or matter management implementations in general, we're talking about a key operational system, a key operational hub for hundreds and hundreds of people potentially. And that sort of operational change is hard and it takes time. So how do you shrink that time to 4 weeks if you really, really need to? And again, I'd still avoid it at all costs, right, if I could. So for me, the phrase fail to plan, plan to fail comes to mind. Or as maybe Taylor Swift would say, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. So taking shortcuts in planning in these accelerated timescales simply isn't an option. Perhaps if you're intending on rolling out a solution in maybe 6 months, 4 months, or whatever it is, you could attempt some shortcuts. You could maybe discover your requirements through iterative configuration. But in 4 weeks, you simply don't have that luxury. Personally, I would say you should never take that luxury, but hey, you don't have that luxury. You need to plan, you need to execute efficiently. And plainly, that plan needs to be super aggressive in terms of scope. And you're not going to be able to achieve very much in 4 weeks. So my second thing is you aren't going to have enough time to do a proper requirements analysis, let alone much configuration. You're not going to be able to follow the typical cycle of requirements, analysis, design, configure, test. Hence, to shorten those timescales, you're going to need to start with a predefined solution. And at ShareDo, we call those solution accelerators. They provide a set of artifacts to facilitate the analysis process. So I'm not going in with a blank sheet of paper. I'm going in with process map, going in configuration. So if I've got 4 weeks, I need to start with the premise of that's what you're going to get. That's what's out of the box. This is what the solution does. And focus in those requirements, really accelerated requirements workshops, on what is the minimum you need to change. Now, my third tip, and this is by far the most important, is everyone needs to be on board with what you're trying to achieve and why you're trying to achieve it. And communication is really key. So rushing a solution live, spending days rather than weeks on solution design, is going to impact your operational efficiencies. There's no doubt, right? And for me, that's the key reason why you should avoid these sort of timescales if you can, right? You're going to impact your business. It's not going to be right in those timescales. Your operational team are going to be getting a new solution that hasn't been designed for them. You're going to make their life harder. And for what? And it's this why and what that needs to be clearly communicated. So I would ask your managing partner to write an email such as the following. Hi, operational team. We have the imperative to move your practice group onto ShareDo over the course of the next 4 weeks. We appreciate that this hasn't been given the attention that it deserves. We appreciate that you won't have the time to focus on optimizing your processes fully. We also appreciate by rushing, the period after go live will be harder than we all would have liked. So I just want to reassure you of 2 things, that this is not being done lightly for insert commercial imperative. 2, we are going to continue to invest over the coming months in making your practice area an example of what really good looks like. Kind regards, managing partner. So for me, it's all about communication. People can accept suboptimal. People can truly rise to the challenge, but only if they're on board with the why and they can see a clear path to making it better. As always, leave me a comment, interested in your thoughts.